When I got my first planner, I didn't touch it for months because... Hey everyone, today I'd like to share a story with you from a book I'm reading right now by Dr. Ellen Lanier, because I think that it holds an important lesson that we can apply towards how we use our planners. This story is called The Pot Roast Principle. After school, a young girl came home to find her mom cooking a pot roast. The girl watched as, before placing it in the pot, her mother cut off a small slice. Full of curiosity, the little girl asked why her mother had done that. A little embarrassed, her mother hesitated, and then responded that she cut off the end piece because that's what her mother had always done when cooking a pot roast. But her daughter's question had stirred up curiosity in the mother. So the next day, she called her mom on the phone. "Mom, why do you always cut off a slice before cooking pot roast?" And her mother responded the same as she had done. "Because that's the way my mother did it." Now, this really made the woman ponder. So she decided to investigate further. She telephoned her elderly grandmother and said, "Grandma, I have a question about the pot roast recipe that you taught to Mom and that she taught to me. Why do you cut off a slice before cooking it?" And without hesitating, her grandmother replied, "Because that's the only way it would fit in my pot." When we don't ask questions, when we assume that this is how it always has been done, that this is the only way or this is the right way, we may limit ourselves from growing, or we may find ourselves in situations where we are cutting off a slice of the pot roast when that's not actually the best approach for ourselves. And this can apply to certain situations when it comes to planning. This kind of thing has happened many times for me. For example, when I first started using the Happy Planner, I was in grad school and I was only using one planner, and I thought that it was always going to be like that for me. I really resisted getting more than one planner because I was uncomfortable with change. But then one of my family members gave me a second Happy Planner, so I was kind of in the situation where I felt like I needed to use both of those planners. So I used one for school and used the other one for home-related tasks. And I ended up being so much happier with how my planners were being used. Bullet journaling is another example. It's something that I had started because it was kind of like the trending, popular thing to do, and I was kind of forcing myself to do it. But in reality, it wasn't working for me. It wasn't an efficient system. It works for some people, it just didn't work for me. So I really want to encourage you to try something new if your current system isn't working. And maybe that could mean simplifying what you are doing. Someone had said recently in one of the Facebook groups that she had taken out all of the add-ons that were in her planner, so that all that was left was just the basic planner that she had bought at the store. And when she did that, the planner suddenly started working for her. And I think that that is wonderful because she was able to find her planner piece by doing that. I think that we can sometimes trap ourselves into doing what others are doing when we compare our planners to the ones that we see on social media. Now, there's nothing wrong with social media, but when we place so much pressure on ourselves for our planners to look like the ones that we see, then that can cause anxiety, and in some cases, like for myself, it can cause you to stop using your planner. When I got my first planner, I didn't touch it for months because I was afraid of doing it wrong, of being embarrassed by the fact that my planner didn't look like the ones that I saw on Instagram. And I want to encourage you to please not put pressure on yourself. You don't have to do what everyone else is doing on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook if it's something that's not going to work for you. Your planner is for you. So if that means that you don't want to decorate with stickers, that's fine. You don't have to decorate with stickers. And personally, I don't even decorate my planners every week because I just don't have time for that. I only do it occasionally when I can, and I do it because I enjoy it. If it was something that I didn't enjoy, then I would never decorate with stickers. One way to prevent this hot roast slice phenomenon from happening is to do a planner check-in. If you want to try this out, you can get out a piece of paper or maybe even put a piece of paper in your planner and draw a line down the middle. In the left column, write what is working for me, and in the right column, write what is not working for me. And then think about and write down the different reasons why certain things are working for you and why certain things are not working for you. When I did this back in fall, I realized that there were several things that were not working for me in my planner system and they needed to be modified. For example, I kept running out of space in my faith planner and I didn't have room to write down my prayers. For this year, what I decided to do was to just take a happy notes notebook and then add in a monthly extension pack. And now every day I just write on note paper notes about the Bible verse that I'm reading and write down my prayers, and I can write down as much as I want. I'm not limited by a certain amount of space in a planner. But for years I was stuck in this mindset that my faith planner had to be the happy planner faith planner. And recently I decided, no, it doesn't have to be. I can make it what I need it to be. In order to determine if your planner is working for you or not, you may want to think back to why you got started planning in the first place. Is it for a creative outlet? Is it to be more productive at work? For memory keeping? For sticking to meal planning? And or something else? And then once you kind of brainstorm those specific needs, that's when you can ask yourself, is my current setup fulfilling those needs? For myself, the main reason that I use a planner is to motivate myself to get the things done in life that I need to get done so that I can spend more time on my life priorities, like developing my relationship with God, spending time with family, working towards my life purpose. But if I'm using someone else's system and that system isn't necessarily the best for me, then I'm not using my planner as efficiently as I could be. And if that system gets to the point where I stop using my planner entirely, then it kind of defeats the purpose of having the planner in the first place. Let's discuss some examples of new things you can try out if your planner isn't working. Maybe you want to try out a new brand of planner. Maybe you want to try out new types of inserts or a new layout or a different size of planner. For the longest time, I thought that the classic size was the only size that would work for me for the planner I keep for my job. Recently, I started using the big size happy planner for work. And now I'm so much happier with it because I'm not running out of space. When it comes to trying out different layouts and different inserts, there are websites that provide free printables. For example, 101planners.com. And this is a good option to help you get started, and because they're free, you don't have to spend money on it. Last year, I tried the dashboard layout for my social media planner, and I just could not get it to work for me. But maybe the dashboard layout is perfect for you. We all have different lives. We're in different seasons of life. We have different circumstances, have different preferences and personalities. And I think that that is something to be celebrated. I really enjoyed that in the planning community, we each are unique and we each have different things to bring to the table and to contribute. At the same time, we have many similarities. We come together in the planning community to share our ideas. Let me tell you, no, because my eyes are open, to encourage one another. And to share our passion for planning and for becoming the best versions of ourselves. I'll see you next Saturday. Bye.